What's going on, y'all? This is Greg with Greg Said It. I want to do a special video, and honestly, there's more to come. A lot of things that I've been wanting to say about a lot of stuff. I think some of the conversation, it's about time for it. And I've been doing a lot of the Colorado content, and you've seen the inspiration, motivation, and a lot of times when I'm doing the lives, it just kind of stir up that component of it, because that's the true essence of Greg Said It. When you talk about Greg Said It, when you think about the Greg Said It and what it's become with the Colorado football, a lot of people know me from that. And it's like, it wasn't originally just going to be about that, because it's really just coming from the raw and just uncut analytical nature of the Greg Said It. And man, Colorado has been a hot topic all year round, really for the last couple of years since Coach Prime. And one of the key components of that has been Travis Hunter and what he was last year and what it's actually become this year, the Heisman. And all that storyline, it definitely has been something that's been like must see. So I'm not surprised when you see a lot of the things stirring up with his situation. And I think some people, especially content creators like me, stay away from it. It could be clickbaity from the sense that people talking about it and they don't really know the situations where somebody like me, if anybody should talk about it, should be someone like me who's been following the Travis Hunter situation really since he was in high school. I'm from Georgia. He was here. He went to Jackson State. I was following that situation all the way to Colorado and been talking about from a football standpoint. And a lot of times we stay away from the personal because it's not about football. But when you look at Greg Said, I look at things from the life perspective, and I always say it's more than football. And this is a prime example of what I've been saying. We look at over time with Travis Hunter, what he's been running into. He's been running into situations where people have had certain things to say about him, and a lot of it has been positive. And it's kind of like a lot of times they use it to kind of buffer Shador, and kind of like, we'll give credit to somebody, but it won't be Shador. And it seemed like it was trying to create a rivalry in some sense with the media, even though it's a strong brotherhood, and it couldn't be done. And being with Coach Prime, a lot of the players that's around him actually kind of got a lot of the backlash. Of course, his kids did. And I started to see over time that Travis was starting to receive some of it too, but he's just been so dynamic. And it seemed to have been a struggle between, are we going to support this great player, or are we going to use this as an opportunity to dig at him because he's connected to Coach Prime? His success is Coach Prime's success. And some people, I think with the media in particular, had a hard time with it. But I think they found a kink in his armor, and the outlet to go at Travis Hunter, I think, has been exposed. It's been fairly quiet. When you look at Travis Hunter, he has a girlfriend that's now fiance, and they've been together for years, and you've seen them around, and for the most part, she's been in the background, and they had their own podcasts and content and all of that on YouTube. And for years, it's pretty much been low-key, no real issues. But when it's time for him to elevate, all of a sudden she is the center of attention, as if she just got there. Some people just got here, think she just got here, but really she's been there since Jackson State and before that. But all the elements that has been hidden in their relationship seems to have been surfacing at this point. And the question is why? You look at all the drama and all the rumors, and everybody's talking about the situation now. It's the hot topic, and all of a sudden all her flaws and all their relational flaws are spotlighted and being revealed. And the typical person would just go on and not question, why now? Why now? You look at Travis Hunter, he wins the Heisman, and all of a sudden, it's like, he's been a great player. He's been on TV. He's been all that for years, really since his freshman year. But when he wins the Heisman, all of a sudden, it's a big deal. And it's like, now she's not good enough. Now we go back and look at all the stuff she's been saying and doing. It's like everything's under a microscope. Has she been doing it? Possibly. But it's like a timing. It's like a veil has been lifted. And I see that a lot in just everything. Like when you look at the Diddy situation, it's a lot of revealing been going on this year. And a lot of the celebrities and the Jay-Z's and all of that, it's just been all year. But it also is something that's just fairly normal when it's time to elevate. Travis Hunter is elevating in his life. He's going to the next level in every aspect. Now he's been officially recognized as the top player in college football. And I remember years ago, what was his name? The linebacker that played at Notre Dame, that he went to the national championship and they had that catfish situation. Teo, who went to, and that whole storyline surrounding him. Then they found out the girl was fake and all that, and it was a dude fake, and it was unreal. And all of that came when he reached the pinnacle of, I think he was in the Heisman race and all of that. And all of those things became a spotlight right in time for the national championship. And he went on the NFL, and things didn't really pan out, which is not abnormal, but you just wonder how much all of that impacted him. It definitely impacted his brand. It gave him recognition, but it was kind of negative recognition. But all of it came at the pinnacle. Like this so-called girlfriend he had been around all the time, but it was exposed at that time. Because what few people know is when you get to the point of elevation, it creates pressure. It don't just create eyeballs. It creates pressure. It creates expectations that wasn't there prior. It's a new level of scrutiny that you're entering into. They say new level, new devils. And now Travis Hunter is facing that. And it's just the beginning. You got an Adidas contract and boom, this show up. You get the Heisman, this show up. And then you go sign that NFL contract and the pressure and the expectation only increase the more. I say the same thing with Shador when it comes to like certain things. Like what would they be able to get away with off the field, far as the content, and even on the field, like what things you can do that you couldn't do, and at the next level, things you get away with maybe because your dad is the coach, or maybe because you are at this level, and people don't realize that things change when you elevate. It's pretty much spiritual, really, because it's like you can't put your finger on it. It's just a shift. It's a shift. It's a recognizable shift. All of a sudden, everybody's coming at this girl who been there. It's like a flip of a switch. When you go to that next level, it's like all your flaws and your insecurities are revealed. But it's also a component where you're tested. You're tested in ways that you wasn't tested before. It's like everything else is a preparation for that. It's, yeah, a more professional expectation, but at the same time, you have women that's going to be after this man. You have people who going to want his money, and it's like some of the shelters, some of the parameters, the barriers, the hedges around him are going to be removed, and you can't no longer hide the same, or your skill set has to increase, your discernment has to increase, because it's like, who let the dogs out now? You think you kind of like insecure far as like, I don't know if it's been expressed or not. Is it behind closed doors or not? Or what even people are saying is true or not. But when you get out there, it's going to test all of those hot points. The women gonna really be out there. You got little girls out there. Now the big women come, the professional women come, the people who know how to look up your money and who know how to finesse that, who is ready for that level, who know how to manipulate a man at that level, who know that level better than you. They're gonna try to be your competition relationally. They want your spot. And if they see, oh, you don't know what's going on, they might try to manipulate you. They looking for your weaknesses. It's a new level of everything, and you really have to be ready for it. And that's what it really shows. Like, are you ready for it? Are you emotionally ready for it? Are you mentally ready for it? Does the lower level things in life cause you to nut up? Because it's almost like life prepares you for the next level, hopefully. Sometimes we go through things in life and we wonder why, but really it's a preparation. It's a preparation of you emotionally. It's a preparation of you mentally. It's an overall skill that you have to have, as far as understanding the type of people you deal with, the adversity you're going to deal with. There's certain things you have to be prepared for to be able to function at the next level, the energy, the intensity. Some people work ethic is not strong enough to go to the level. That's why a lot of guys be great at college or even high school and not great at college, and college but not great at the pros, because when they have to balance all the other things, it kind of takes away from their abilities, their desire, their focus, because it comes with a lot more. And when you have a relationship, your relationship is simple at certain levels, but a lot of stress can be put on your relationship with more money. A lot of stress can be put on your relationship with more attention, more distance. You don't really know. So you really have to be built for that. You have to be groomed for that. That's why a lot of times when people with success, they want to deal with people who have experienced success. Even in a relationship, they say, well, have you been around people who've been in a relationship? Is your parents in a relationship? Because you need to know what that looks like and the challenges. You need to have mentorship in that area, because you go off into the unknown. It's enough there in itself that's going to challenge you. So a lot of times people say, you need to marry this type of person. You need to get with that type of person. You need to hang around these type of people because they've been there. They understand what it's going to take. They understand the pressure. Sometimes people go through stuff and they see it as the world coming down. They just come with that culture, that territory, and they're unfamiliar with it. And they nut up. They self-destruct in the norm. It's certain mannerisms you have to have. It's certain mindsets you have to have at different places. And it's funny, like when you go out to eat, certain etiquette you should know, certain things. Those are the small things, but certain things come where you're going. And sometimes if you're going somewhere, you need somebody to walk you through it or who understand it, whether it's your partner or a mentor. And if you're both green, it could be a challenge. It could be something that divides you, because one person may grow quicker than the other, or the other may say, I don't want to do this. And you don't really know because it's new. If you've never done it. But sometimes you deal with somebody who's already been there, who's already there. You're not worried about, are they going to have an issue with it, because that's what they do. And that's why a lot of times guys get with girls, most of the guys get with girls, and you see they was with somebody in high school, and then they get to the next level, and you're like, oh, she was with him when he was at the bottom, and then he left her for somebody else. And it's like, really, honestly, she can't go. She probably don't even want to go. And if she did want to go, something in her really don't want to go. She may want to go with her mouth, but everything about her action, everything about her, that's not what I'm built for. I know nothing about this world. And that's where a lot of people run into pressures from a relational standpoint. But even on a personal standpoint, it's a lot you have to adjust to in your own self. And if that person going with you can't adjust with you, it could be harder on you because you're taking it on for them, and it could be definitely hard on your relationship. So that's why a lot of times people go into something new, like high school or go to college. People say, hey, don't try to take your girlfriend with you, because you got to adjust to where you're going. You can't take nobody with you. You don't know what you're going to experience when you get there, and you can't be carrying that along with you. And it's kind of like the same thing when you're going from an amateur to a top level. You don't know. And they don't know they possess what's needed at that level. And a lot of times they don't, because that's not the level you met them at, and that's not the level they are familiar with. So that's the scary thing about everybody's looking at Travis Hunter, but it's not a new phenomenon. It's just that light that shines on you bright is the light that shows your flaws, your blemishes. And what Coach Prime talk about. And he would know more than anybody. He's seen in his public relationships and his failures and all of that. And he's the right guy. Just hope people listen, because it's a great thing what Travis want to do. His mind is locked in, because he looks like he likes stability. He likes to know where things is, because he knows he's going into an uncertain world. And I believe he wants to have his home life taken care of, and he don't want to have to worry about that. And I think he's content with it, and I think he's happy with that. But one thing about life that I learned is that you really don't know, and you know the challenges that await you, and you want to say, I ain't gonna have to go through that. And you hope you don't. But a lot of times you do. And it has a lot to do with the fact that you and the people that you're trying to bring along, they don't know what they're getting into. And you learn along the way, and everybody just not willing to fight at that level. It's not their dream, and whatever's in them bubbles up that they haven't dealt with or didn't even know to deal with. Because, somebody's running with you and you say, do I really want to deal with this? How is this benefiting me? And you really might as well just go ahead to therapy, because all that stuff gonna bubble up, and it has nothing to do with the other person. It has nothing to do with who you dating. It's just that the pressure from that situation, the pressure from that level of exposure, that level of pressure, it brings up some things. People experience it all the time when they run into money. They hit the lotto or whatever. And the pressure from the expectations of those around them, and the exposure of the relationships and the people, and people go to acting different. And the good thing about Travis is he already has money. He already had some level of money, so he's not going completely from broke to super rich. He's in the in-between stage, so that's a good thing. But just going into a whole new environment and a whole new culture and a whole new expectation, it could be a lot. And for him to succeed, he's going to adjust very rapidly. And whoever's with him is going to have to be very understanding, or they're going to have to be able to adjust just as rapidly. And it's hard to do that if you got baggage. Only they would know that. And, your background and your family history and what you've been taught and what you're supposed. Only that can limit you. Just like somebody getting filthy rich and hit the lotto and be broke in a few years, because their belief systems and their habits and their background is going to either help them keep that money or it's going to help them lose it. And it has nothing to do with their intent. They may intend to do well, but they just don't know how. Sometimes you just don't know how. And sometimes you have to learn it over time. And because of that, sometimes you have to miss opportunities because you're not ready right now. And you can't hold people up till you're ready, because they may be able to go at a whole different pace than you. They may be at a different level of mental and emotional maturity than you. That's why you got to do the work on the front end. You can't wait until it's time to do the work. You got to do the work on the front end. If anything, we all can learn. Preparation season is preparation season. You talking like you ready for it, but you're not. And you don't want to wait till you get there to find out you ain't ready, because you finna miss that opportunity. Hopefully that's not the case with Travis and his fiance. It'd be very painful because of the attachment and the bonding and the, good or bad. It could be trauma bond. It could be a lot of things that you don't know. Maybe they don't know. But it, unfortunately, with elevation, it's all revealed. So I hope I hope they prepared. Because ready or not, it's here. And the world is showing you, you here, you have arrived. That place you wanted to be, you are there. Now what you gonna do? I guess we all will see. But I'm just Greg said it. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. If you like the content, come back for more, and I'll talk to y'all soon.